Hello there, thank you for tuning in. It's Woozy here, and today we're going to be looking at the Nike SB Dunk Low Pro Blue Raspberry. Now, this was the last pair that I needed out of the pack, and it was initially my favourite out of the pack. It has sort of altered in order of what I prefer, but I didn't actually think I was going to manage to acquire these without paying resale. Now, my size is a 9.5, which is a US 10.5, and sometimes the market is a little bit sparse with that size, or sometimes there's a bit more of a premium. It seems to be always flooded with UK size 9, which I feel like I might try and adapt into, because that is my traditional true to size, but I just like to have a bit of wiggle room when it comes to the SB Dunks. But even though I entered into loads of raffles, I wasn't able to get this one, and I didn't think it was going to be an easy reach to begin with. My friend, thank you so much, managed to hit on this pair, and I am absolutely blessed to complete the pack. So let's start off with a box, and then we'll talk about the details on this pair. So again, it is a purple Nike SB box, and it states Nike SB Dunk Low Pro Blue Racer Laser Blue. This is a UK 9.5, which is a US 10.5. So, looking around the details, it's pretty similar to the others in the sense of the colour blocking is very similar, but obviously in a different colour palette. And that is what I like about these. Even though they're very bold colours, it's very simple design wise, and then you just have that sort of like cheeky little character inside the tongue tag. Bottom of the sole, this sort of like dark royal blue, contrasting against a baby blue Nike SB Shield. That sort of bright white midsole with the bright white stitching, and then on the suede panels, which go from the back of the heel up to the top of the cuff, around that toe box on the mudguard, and on the lace holes is that royal looking blue again. The suede is not too bad a material on all of these pairs. It's not the butteriest of suede. It has a texture to it, and it is quite a rough, almost more rough than smooth, but again, I'm not complaining about the materials at all. The leather panels though, it's probably not the most premium of leather, but it's certainly not the most plasticky. It has a nice movement to it, it's got a tumbled effect to it. Even though again it isn't a premium leather, it has a nice feel, it has a nice look, and again I'm not complaining at all. So on those leather panels, it is that sort of light blue again, and you've got that on the toe box, behind the swooshes on that panel, and then the top of the cuff. On the heel tab, again you've got that royal blue, but it's contrasted with this almost like aqua blue on the stitching, and that follows that sort of colour tone on the swooshes. So all of the swooshes on both the left and right are the same colour, and then matching up to that similar colour on the backing of the front tongue tag, it sort of almost looks like that colour, and then you have the contrast of the dark blue on the text, baby blue tongue. And then of course you have your characters inside. So on the left, you've got this berry looking very sort of like smiley, but with his little teeth out. And then on the right side, you're looking very stunned and almost shocked with his little teeth out as well. Out of all the characters, I've got to say the cherries are my favourite characters, but they all have their own sort of like characteristics to them. Inside, you've got that baby blue again on the sock liner, also on the insole, and then you have the contrast of the darker blue on the text. Baby blue laces spare, and then you have this deeper blue on the stock laces. I know that a lot of people have been saying to put on the lows, especially a white lace. I think it would go well, but I'm a bit of a purist in some respects, where I like to keep the laces that come with it in the shoe. Although I do like the green with this pair. All in all, this started off being my favourite pair, and even though it's been the hardest one so far to sort of acquire, it's actually slipped in the ranking, and I think this will probably change throughout, like owning these of the order that I like the best. But I think the apples have taken the win, just because the pure, like how clean they look, and the white, it just goes so well. and I really like the highs. The highs are definitely appealing to me because I really started to like the highs. I was never that keen on highs because of the fact that they're so padded and so warm, but highs just look amazing. Obviously everyone's more keen on the lows, but I do think these are an absolutely beautiful pair, and I think they're actually not that bad on the resale market because everyone wants to get the lows. And then the cherries, these for me are an absolute sleeper. So I didn't think of these in that highlight. I didn't even regard these at all in the pack. And then I saw on feet images and I got more excited to get them, and then in hand they are absolutely beautiful. I really rate the cherry pair, and on feet they look dope as well. Really nice tongue once you've let it breathe, it's absolutely brilliant. And that's another thing I'm going to say is, when it comes to the SB Dunk, they are great, or they're set apart because of that puffy tongue. When they come stock, it is all strapped up, it needs to breathe. You need to unlace it completely, let it breathe, and then lace it back up again to fit your foot. If you look at the differences between this one that's been let breathe and that had a relace, and this has come stock, there's a massive difference. And I much prefer the look of this. Obviously it's all down to the wearer, but I think my personal opinion is it looks so much better when the tongue is like that. So yeah, I'm going to unlace these, let the tongue breathe, and then I will do the relace and then a few on feet fits. But yeah, tell me what you think of the whole pack. Which one's your favourite? What do you think of these? And yeah, let's go with the on feet. Woodsy out.